Democrats are signaling they're ready for a fight. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is taking a far tougher stance than he did back in March when he and 9 other Democrats crossed the aisle to keep the government open. This time, Schumer tells the Associated Press, quote, "Things have changed." What's different now? Well, for one, public support for President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill remains underwater, down 22 points in the recent polls. And the most unpopular piece of that bill, deep cuts to Medicaid, that's colliding with another key deadline. At the end of this year, pandemic-era subsidies under the Affordable Care Act are set to expire. If Congress doesn't act, around 4 million of you could lose coverage, and premiums could spike for another 20 million, with some of the steepest impacts falling on red states. Republicans, already under fire for voting this summer to slash Medicaid, are showing new openness to negotiations, and Democrats say they're ready to seize that leverage. Party leaders are making it clear they're drawing a bright line: no healthcare cuts, period.
House and Senate, Hakeem and I, all of us here in total agreement. What the Republicans are proposing is not good enough for the American people and not good enough to get our votes.
Are you saying that the extension of the enhanced ACA subsidies is a must-have in this September 30th package?
We are saying that the American people are hurting because of how they have decimated health care. We need a bipartisan negotiation to undo that damage. If they try to jam something down our throats without any compromise, without any real bipartisan discussion, they ain't going to get the votes, plain and simple.
Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Brendan Boyle of Pennsylvania. He also serves as ranking member on the House Budget Committee. Congressman, thank you so much for coming back to the weekend. I also want to play President Trump on Friday and how he is viewing these negotiations.
If you gave them every dream, they would not vote for it. That's how bad. I told them, don't even bother dealing with them. We will get it through because the Republicans are sticking together for the first time in a long time. Look, we got I call it the great big beautiful bill that has tax cuts for the middle class. You know, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime.
We haven't felt that yet.
You're going to feel it really big.
We will get it through because Republicans are sticking together. Well, there aren't enough Republicans in the Senate to get it through, so they will actually need Democrats. You heard what Senator Schumer said, the leader of one of the leaders of your party. Do you believe that they're actually going to hold the line? Because we've heard this tough talk from Senator Schumer back in March and also from other Democratic leaders in the past. But when it comes down to it, Democrats are worried about the government shutting down and what the impacts of that are.
Yeah, well, great to be with you this Sunday morning. And something Donald Trump said, I actually agree with. He said, you're going to really feel it soon. That's right. You're going to feel it when you lose your health care, or if you keep your health care, your costs spike by double digits. That is the reality of the legislation that Republicans passed over the summer. The reason why, as the poll you put up there shows, it is so deeply unpopular, more than 22 points underwater. Now we have an opportunity to undo some of that damage, to stop the pending Obamacare cuts that are about to come down the pike in 2 weeks, which would cause 4 million people to lose their health care and health care costs that go up for tens of millions more. We also have an opportunity to stop the pending Medicare cuts, which are scheduled to begin January 1st. And then finally, the pending Medicaid cuts come next year, which will impact some 10 million Americans. So to me, that's what I'm looking to win out of a government shutdown fight. And the final thing I'll say is Donald Trump, by his own admission, said something that I was going to point out, and that is Republicans in Congress, under President Trump's direct orders, aren't even negotiating with Democrats. Unlike every other resolution that, since I've been around in Congress, that has led to a government funding resolution, here we have the other side not even compromising with us. So it's pretty clear at this point, they obviously want this government shutdown.
But Congressman, the tough talk of it all, we have heard this from Senate Democrats before, but at the end of the day, they usually fold. Do you really have hope, or have you been told behind the scenes that they are willing to let the government shut down if they don't get these enhanced ACA subsidies?
Yeah, well, I would point out 6 months ago when we were in this position, I voted no, as did every House Democrat, all of our House Democratic leadership. As far as Senator Schumer and the Senate Democratic leadership, I'll take him at his word, and you just saw what he said there. So I do believe that we're entirely united this time, both House Democrats and Senate Democratic colleagues, in making clear that this is a Republican-led shutdown if it happens. And the way to win our support is to stop these devastating health care cuts that are coming in just 2 weeks.
So then, Congressman, there's what President Trump said on Fox, but then there's another specter hanging over these discussions, whether you get what you want on health care or not. And I'm going to bring up something that Michael Joseph Stern said yesterday here on the show related to something that he wrote for Slate in regard to the Supreme Court possibly greenlighting the president's pocket rescissions of funds expressly appropriated by y'all in Congress. And he writes in part, as Congress enters a fight over government funding, Democrats should keep a close eye on the Supreme Court, because if the justices do bless this duplicitous maneuver, there will be little point in negotiating over appropriations that Trump can simply refuse to spend. So, Congressman, even if you do get an agreement, if you get the agreement on health care, on those health care cuts, can you trust that the president is actually going to spend the money in the way that Congress authorizes?
Look, I think this is a very key point, so much so that I wrote my own op-ed more than a month ago for Bulwark that I would refer people to. This rescissions fight, and I know most ordinary Americans, most folks here in my district in Philadelphia, really don't know or don't care what rescissions are. But they're hugely important, because I don't know how I, as a legislator, can reach an agreement with the executive branch on a Monday, provide my vote, and then they turn around the following Tuesday and say, thank you very much. Everything you just agreed to, we're taking back, but we're going to spend in the areas where we want to spend. I introduced this past week with every single one of my House Budget Committee Democratic colleagues the Congressional Power of the Purse Act. That would end once and for all this illegality that is taking place right now on something called pocket rescissions. It would restore the congressional power of the purse, which is clearly the intent of our nation's founders. That's why they put it in Article 1 of the Constitution. So that is something, in addition to health care, that I am fighting for and that I believe needs to be included as part of this overall debate as we get close to September 30th.
So, Congressman, I think I understand what Leader Schumer is trying to do here, which is essentially make this conversation a referendum on Medicaid cuts. But Democrats have taken umbrage with so many different things that the Trump administration has done. I wonder if you feel like making a single concession passes the art of the deal sniff test.
Well, I don't know what the art of the deal sniff test really means. And frankly, from the sounds of it, I don't want to know. The reality is this. We are facing pending Obamacare cuts in 2 weeks. We're facing pending Medicare cuts in a few months, and then Medicaid cuts to follow that. Healthcare for tens of millions of Americans is on the line. I'm doing all I can in order to stop that damage. These so-called moderate Republicans who say after they vote yes for the big, ugly law, they say they want to come back and actually do something to stop the health care cuts. Okay, here's your opportunity. Team with us so that we can prevent these devastating cuts from ever taking place in the first place.
Well, let me just try asking you this question in a different way, which is asking for a single concession sufficient for Democrats?
Yeah, I wouldn't characterize it as one single concession, and I'm really not interested in negotiating against myself, especially when the other side isn't even negotiating at all. By President Trump's own admission, They want a government shutdown. I will say the one refreshing thing about Donald Trump is remarkably, he uses this inner monologue out loud. He tells everyone exactly what he's thinking at any given moment. He wants a government shutdown. He has directed this government shutdown. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. If and when this happens, it is the Trump Republican shutdown, period.
Congressman, real quickly, just a follow-up to my rescissions question, because we're waiting for the Supreme Court to say whether it's legal or not, what the president has done. If the Supreme Court comes back before the funding deadline and says, yeah, the president can do these pocket rescissions, should Democrats walk away from the negotiating table?
I mean, right now,
I'm sorry, because you're not there. But should you just not talk to them at all?
Yeah, well, first, I mean, I have to say, this Supreme Court of the United States, which gives me no confidence whatsoever, it would be absolutely remarkable if they ruled in that direction, considering previous decisions. Previous courts have ruled on a 9-0 basis against the concept of pocket rescissions or unilateral rescissions. 1975 Supreme Court decision is the controlling law in this matter. There's also further legislation that was passed by Congress even since then. So that would be a remarkable and frankly dangerous development, because it would say that the executive branch is really the only branch of government that absolutely matters. As far as any sort of negotiation, again, I would just refer, believe it or not, to Donald Trump's own words. This is the Republican shutdown that Donald Trump wants. He's openly saying it.
Congressman, last question before we let you go, turning a little bit, and you have done a better job, I think, of talking about the bill, the big, beautiful law. The working families tax cut bill is what President Trump is telling, behind closed doors, is telling Republicans to call it and how to rebrand it. One of the things that I have found interesting, and we've talked about it on this show a lot, is the percentage of Americans who've never heard of the bill. They don't know what's in it. They don't know anything. That seems to give you guys an opportunity here for Democrats to really brand it before Republicans actually get out there, even if people aren't going to feel the negative impacts of that. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, well, just to be clear, the main headline is this is a bill that takes health care away from millions in order to fund tax cuts for the top 1%. So if you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire, you make out great as a part of this legislation. But if you're an ordinary American, you're seeing your costs go up, including losing your health care. I would point out the Congressional Budget Office found that for the bottom 1/3 of households by income, they will actually be worse off by Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill, a bill so unpopular. Just 2 months after its passage, he is already trying to come up with a new name. His rebrand on this bill is going about as well as Cracker Barrel's rebrand.
Oh.
Not Cracker Barrel.
Congressman Brendan Boyle with a
Beat up on
preview.
Cracker Barrel on Sunday.